Hello Gemini, welcome to your reading. Hope all is well. It is Tuesday the 19th of May 2026. I'm going to do just a quick announcement to let you guys know. I'm going to open these readings up to general readings for a minute, not concentrating just on love messages. I just got a kind of a gut feeling just actually when I was making some dinner. Just to open it up a bit and not concentrate so much on love, but just see what comes out. So these are going to be general readings on the channel for a moment. I will still do some love readings, but I just want to open it up, open my intuition up a bit and just see what else I can get. So this is a general tarot read, whatever comes out for the Gemini collective. Please take what resonates and leave what does not. So, for Gemini, what messages do we have for Gemini? Two from the top, two from the bottom. So, we have the Knight of Cups, the Ace of Swords, Knight of Cups in the upright, Ace of Swords in the upright, Eight of Swords in the reverse, and the Four of Pentacles in the upright. Some of you, or one of you, some of you, whoever it resonates for, excuse my elbow, yeah, you could, I mean, come into love and stuff. Yeah, you got a Knight of Cups there. You could have someone that's coming towards you in a romantic, charming energy, offering you love, offering you emotions, proposing something, perhaps proposing that you guys connect or fall in love or perhaps get married. But let's not jump to conclusions because there ain't much that tells me about marriage here so far. Ace of Swords, clarity, a breakthrough, a light bulb moment, new ideas, beginnings, making decisions. So some of you could be having some mental clarity, truth, making a decision about something, using your mind, using your logic, clear thinking, precise logical thinking, detaching from emotions to use your mind, use your common sense, use your, just use your head and not your heart. Eight of Swords in reverse. So yeah, that's coming out of some sort of limiting belief, some sort of negative thinking or negative thoughts, opening your mind to new perspectives that is giving you some form of clarity, perhaps calm, positivity, thinking more positively. And the Four of Pentacles. Some of you could be saving money, thinking about your job, your career, your finances. Perhaps you're becoming more clear and sensible and logical. What's that? Ah, interesting. I was just shuffling these and this just sort of flew out and flipped around. Knight of Cups in reverse. Fancy that, eh? You've got a Knight of Cups in the upright there and the Knight of Cups in reverse. I'm going to place that there, right on top of that other Knight of Cups, because that might be a different situation for someone altogether. So you've got a Knight of Cups. So going back to this Knight of Cups, so you might have, one of you might have someone here that's being a bit up and down in their emotions, sort of blowing a bit hot and cold, or feeling a bit disappointed in a connection or with someone. Some of you could be focusing more on yourself and getting out of your emotions to think more clearly, think more logically. Yeah, back to the money, back to the Pentacles, saving money, working, focusing on your finances, your stability. Saving for a rainy day. Perhaps some of you have, or you might have come, you know, be thinking about money, be thinking about the future, thinking about saving for a rainy day, a house, a car, whatever it is that you're thinking of, or forward planning, I want to say. Forward planning. Thinking of your security and your stability, and thinking with logical, sensible kind of thinking. Could be starting to try and, maybe you've been a bit thinking not so positively about your stability and your money. Perhaps it's been getting you down a little bit, and you're kind of trying to think more positively about it in general. So let's do a little bit of clarification. Interested to clarify this Knight of Cups. What's the important message for Gemini about the Knight of Cups, Spirit? The Moon, yeah. For one of you, or whoever it resonates for, there's someone here that's kind of keeping their emotions, their feelings to themselves, or they're holding back their feelings from you, or they're holding back their emotions, or they're creating some sort of confusion, or some sort of fantasy, some sort of illusion. Some of you could be trying to work someone out here, and you're detaching from emotions and using your mind, your logic, to get in tune with your intuition, to see clearly about someone that's messing around with their feelings, with emotions here. Someone that's blowing a bit hot and cold. They're being confusing. They're coming forwards, then they're running backwards. And yeah, they're not being very straightforward. They could be very charming one day, very romantic, and then being a bit cold and sort of a bit off another day or another time with you. Ace of Swords. Why is the Ace of Swords here for Gemini? Page of Pentacles in reverse. Some of you could be giving yourself a kick up the backside when it comes to your money, your career, your finances, your stability. Some of you could have been held back or holding yourself back by some sort of self-doubt, self-criticism, thinking that you couldn't go forward and do what you needed to do in order to create abundance, create wealth, create stability, or some sort of negative thinking with regards to that. And you've been possibly holding yourself back or not putting as much effort into the things that's going to get you to a place of stability and abundance. Ten of Wands in reverse. Where does that go? Yeah, some of you, I'm going to put that there just because it came out when I was mid-clarifying, but I'm getting that some of you have been stressed out, weighed down, carrying a lot, responsible for a lot, and it's kind of defeated you in a way that you've sort of been, I'm too tired for this, I haven't got the energy for this, I have no more to give this. And it's sort of like you got to a sort of a negative kind of place in your minds because you've been so stressed out with something here. But you're turning that around. You're starting to think positively again. You're fighting the battle again. You're not giving up. Or you've dropped some sort of heavy weight that was keeping you held down or feeling sad or depressed or negative thinking. Perhaps you were working too much, you know, working a lot of hours, and you were kind of burnt out. But I'm getting here that someone's had a mental break for a mental clarity, about what it is they need to apply themselves to in order to create stability and abundance and money, and material sort of comforts. Why is the Eight of Swords here in reverse for Gemini? Two of Pentacles. Yeah. Starting to manage yourself, starting to make lists. Perhaps some of you have had a bit of a knockback in work, in money, gone through a bit of a sort of hard time, and it's burnt you out. It's been a burden. It's kind of got you down, but you're now going forward with clarity, starting at the beginning. I keep getting someone that's making lists of what needs to be done step by step, you know, putting your priorities into order. Possibly adapting to some sort of financial change or some sort of change within your lifestyle that set you back a little bit, but now you're adapting to it. Four of Pentacles. Why is it here for Gemini? Three of Cups in reverse. Three of Cups in reverse. So some of you could have been partying a bit too much, socializing, going out to dinner, going out for drinks, you know, in kind of going out every weekend or going on holidays a lot, or, you know, just doing things that were a bit excessive or spending too much, or, and you kind of realized that it was putting you, it wasn't helping you, it wasn't leaving enough money for other things that were more of a priority. Or some of you are not getting out enough, you're not socializing enough because you're working a lot, you're trying to save money, you're, you know, I'm getting someone that's trying to have a work life, social life balance, still enjoying themselves, you know, still trying to let themselves enjoy themselves, but let themselves enjoy themselves, you know what I mean? A bit of both, not burning the candle at both ends, as my dear mother used to say. You know, work and a bit of socialising, but priorities first and then enjoyment. But enjoying oneself all the time doesn't leave any time for doing the things we need to do that give us the money, the abundance that we need in order to enjoy ourselves, if you know what I mean. If you don't work and earn some pennies, then you ain't going to have no pennies to spend. So, yeah. So why is the moon here for the King of Cups for Gemini? Wheel of Fortune. Four of Wands in reverse, Wheel of Fortune in the upright. Some of you could be feeling, I mean, if you're in a connection or you're married or you're living with someone, whatever, perhaps you feel like you're not getting enough support from someone, from your spouse, your other half, your wife, your husband, your girlfriend, your boyfriend. Or there could be some family issues, or just, I'm getting this energy of it's just getting too much for someone here. I'm not getting too much of a family dynamic, but I'm getting more of a connection, a relationship. Some sort of change that's taken place here, or something, a breakup, a separation. Could just be a breakup, a separation for one of you, and now you're getting your priorities in order and doing what needs to do to get yourself back up on your feet, get yourself back to your career perhaps, your job, your stability, your life, your lifestyle, your stability. Or yeah, I mean, some of you could have just come out of a relationship and you're kind of single again and you're just trying to get yourself balanced again, and back on your own 2 feet. A change and a turning point. I'll come back to that Wheel of Fortune. There's a change here that was sudden, that wasn't known about, or there's a change approaching, or there's something that's changed that has caused a separation, a breakup, a disharmony. Why is the Page of Pentacles here in reversed energy for Gemini? The Emperor in reverse. Oh, Gordon Bennett. Death in the reverse. Oh, blim, blim. Have I got the head power for this today? Come on, Spirit. Sorry. I've been busy all day and I'm here. I can pick up the energy. It's no problem at all. It always comes through. But yeah, maybe it's me that needs to go and have a lie down and, you know, stop burning myself out doing too much. Yeah, probably. I take advice too, you see. The Emperor. Come on, Lynn, let's get it. Right. Yes, I did just knock myself on the side of the head a couple of times. Okay. Page, yeah, so I'm getting something here about someone's control or excessive control or excessive spending habits. An Emperor in reverse, lack of control, not putting priorities in place, not kind of prioritizing finances or one's actions, someone that's undisciplined. Someone who's possibly a bit controlling, especially when it comes to money or in general. So there could have been an ending here with someone because of some sort of someone that was a bit moody, bit controlling, bit arrogant, argumentative perhaps, moody, up and down. One minute, you know, they were nice as pie, next minute they're being grumpy or moody, or and it's caused a breakup, a separation here. I'm getting someone that's not very good with money or is not prioritizing the things that they needed to prioritize. Or someone that was possibly a workaholic, but sort of undisciplined in the time, sort of undisciplined in balancing their priorities. Two of Pentacles. Why is it here for Gemini? Oh, 2 wanted to come out. I'll take 2. Just want to move these up a little bit. Without moving them too much. I've moved them too much, haven't I? That one was there, that one was there. I'll get a bit OCD about my cards. There's something here about a marriage that may have come apart. There's also something here about wanting to get married, wanting to prioritize for the future, wanting to possibly have a family together. But someone isn't able to get their priorities in check in order to do that. And there's a decision that needs to be made or has been made because someone isn't giving priority to the future, or someone isn't making the same plans towards the future. Someone who's not really committing to the future, prioritizing, making it a priority. 3 of Cups. Why is it here for Gemini? Oh my goodness. 3 of Cups in the reverse. Clarifying card. 3 of Cups in the reverse. Magician. Now, yeah, so I am getting not a heavy third party energy, but well, there's something that's getting in the way. Now, whether it's whatever type of third party it is, but I'm getting more it's about someone's behaviour. Partying all the time, out socialising all the time, overworking, overspending, over socialising. I mean, take it as it resonates. Not all of you are going through the same thing, but and there's someone here that they're not married or anything like that. They just party too much. They have a good time. They always want to go out. They always want to spend money. They always want to they want to live the high life, but they're realizing that they haven't actually got the backup financially to have the high life. They need to put a bit of work in to have that high life. What did my mum used to say? Drinking champagne on a Babycham budget or something like that, you know, spending money that you haven't got. So I'm getting that someone here, and there's the Magician, someone's turning this around. Someone's realising that their lifestyle, they haven't got the means for this sort of lifestyle, or they're just having too much socialising and they're not putting enough graft into their work, into their career, into their priorities. And they're about to turn that around, and they're determined to get themselves back into balance, back into some sort of routine. Because someone's burnt the candle at both ends and now they're on burnout. Their candle's about to go out, their flame's about to go out. I'm just gonna go for these majors a minute. It's probably going to be a longer reading, guys, because it's a general read. So I don't like rushing my readings, and I don't rush my readings, but my readings used to be about an hour, and then I cut them down when I was just doing love readings. But now, if they go for an hour, they go for an hour. You don't have to listen the whole way through if you don't want. I mean, you can click the transcript at the bottom of the video and you can see the words that come up, and you can just skip down them. I do that sometimes when I'm watching tarot. I just sort of scan for the information that I want and then leave it. Or scan for the information that might be there for me. Anyway, I'm waffling, sorry. Right, Wheel of Fortune, why is it there for Gemini? 7 of Pentacles in reverse, waiting for a change. Waiting for a change. Waiting, but not seeing a change. Why isn't someone changing? Is someone saying they're going to change and they're not changing? Or there's some sort of investment that's been made, perhaps some money that's been invested. But I'm getting more that someone's waiting for a change, for a positive change. Why is Death here in reverse for Gemini? The Chariot going forward. Yeah, that's quite a heavy, quite a clear energy. Transformation. Chariot going forward. So there's been an ending here. Something has come to an end and someone is going forward. That's the change. They waited a while. They waited for something to even itself out, someone to come back to some sort of balance in their emotions, in their actions. They waited. Nothing changed. So there was an ending. And now someone is very determined to keep going forward. Why is the Emperor here for Gemini? Death. Yeah, there it is. Ending. Okay, so yeah, it's the energy is now repeating itself. So this is probably going to be the end or near the end of the reading. 7 of Wands, someone's keeping their guard up, someone's guarded, someone's not. I'm getting someone that's really stuck in their ways, that doesn't ever see that they do anything wrong. They're guarded, they're defensive. Perhaps there's someone that's being secretive and someone can't be truthful, so someone's ending it. If you can't give me the truth, if you can't be clear with me, if you can't have a conversation with me, it's done. I'm getting a very cutthroat energy on that one. Very, very cutthroat. Someone's, yeah, put their foot down. Rather big boot as well, big foot. Like, yeah, done. Right. Why is the Magician here? There you are, Gemini, the Magician. Why is the Magician here for Gemini? The Devil. Ace of Cups in reverse. There is, yeah. All right, so there is a third party energy here. And I am going to say for someone here, it's possibly another person involved in a connection where someone else is already connected. Also, I'm also getting that the issue for someone, the problem is, the third party is, because it doesn't have to necessarily be a person. It could just be it could be a person, but in a person, it could be someone's aunt, uncle, friend, gossiping friend, nosy friend, aunt, whatever it is, okay? But there's something here. Someone likes to go out too much. Someone likes to socialize too much. They like to party too much. Someone knows that whatever it is, whatever lifestyle they're leading, it's not doing them any good. And they know it's toxic, they know it's unhealthy, they know it's a temptation, and they know they need to come away from it. They need to look after themselves. Ace of Cups in reverse. They're not looking after themselves. They're not nurturing themselves enough. And there's also, yeah, Ace of Cups in reverse could go back to this other situation here. Someone has withdrawn, separated, disconnected, broke up because someone is being secretive or controlling or isn't getting their shit together, and someone's just saying, done. So, do I need to put these into their suits? Well, I'm a curious little cat, so I will do. Just give me a moment. Right. Someone was, right, these are intuitive, well, it's all intuitive, but I'm just going to fire what comes out. Someone was meant to be saving for a wedding. Someone was meant to be saving for the future, saving for a wedding, or you were both meant to be saving together. Someone's been spending all the money. I'm getting someone that's probably got a bit of a gambling issue, or likes to party a lot, possibly drinking too much. I'm getting more gambling for some reason. There's some money here somewhere that someone was meant to be saving. Where's all the money gone? I keep getting that message, them words. Where's all the money gone? Where's all the money gone that we were saving? I keep getting that for someone. Someone's been very secretive about what they've been getting up to. Very defensive, very secretive, very guarded. Someone's been worrying about money, worrying about where the money's going. And someone's not been very honest about where the money's been going. Someone's got to the end of their tether, and they hung around, you've hung around, someone's hung around for a minute, see if something would change or if someone would change, but they haven't. And they're not going to change because the devil energy is there. They're held, they're consumed, they're obsessed, or they're very unhealthy in their lifestyle, in their behaviours, in their ways, whatever it is. And they're not changing. They're stubborn. They don't see that they're doing something wrong. They're just, I'm getting someone that could be quite selfish, quite self-absorbed. Yeah. That is pretty much what I'm getting for you, Gemini. It wasn't the most joyful of readings, but that's energy for you. It is what it is. So thank you for tuning in. Good luck, best wishes, lots of love. Till next time. Bye bye.